Hi. timeSensor can actually help you to keep an eye on all of the versions of some documents that you saved in the database. Let's have a look at how to do that. Go to your personal space, click on Case Folders, and find the case folder you want to work on. In the draft section, you will find all of the documents that you are currently working on and that you are still in the process of modifying. Whereas in the archive section, you will find an overview over all of the PDFs, Word documents and PowerPoint slides that already left your office. Please be sure to always import your documents only into the draft section if you still want to work on them. If you import your documents to the archive section, changes that you make to these documents will not be saved back to the database. Whereas in the draft section, all changes will of course be saved and ready for further use. If you want to import a document, take it and drag and drop it on the draft section. You can rename your document here, and if you want to keep track on changes, the most important setting you will find under Type. Please set the type to document with a versioning XY. The versioning XY option will make timeSensor to keep track over changes that you make. I will show you how to do that. Keywords you can use in order to add some words under which you at a later state would like to find your document. Save your document, and it exists now in your database on the server. The original document can be deleted from here, since this is now a copy. Open your document through double-clicking it and work on it as you're used to. Add as many changes as you need, or activate the review section. Once you're done editing your document, you save it in the external program, as for example in Word or any other word processing software. Close it, and please notice that now your document is written in red type. This means that the document is only saved locally on your local machine at the moment. It is not yet uploaded to the server. If you want to upload it to the server, please double-click the document and tell timeSensor whether you want to increase the version number from 1.0 to 1.1. If you choose to save, then the changes you made will be uploaded to the server and are now saved and available for everybody working on that document. You can double-click the document and keep working as you are used to. Save the changes, and save the changes also back to the server. Please note that there is a little paper clip mark next to your Word document at the moment. Click on the document, and if you want to see that the other documents that are saved to it indicated through the little paper clip, click on the Details section, the detail view of your documents. Then you will actually see that the current document that you're working on is version 1.2, whereas the older versions are listed to the right-hand side of your Word document. So here we've got contract 1.1. If you ever want 1.0, and if you ever want to see what that document looked like at this earlier stage, you just double-click it. timeSensor will tell you that you're opening an old version of this document, which means that changes you make to this document will not be saved back. So this view is only handy for you to compare older versions. You can open the document and see and have a look at it as it was at the first moment when you worked on. Any changes that you make from here, although you saved them in Word, will not be saved back. Please make sure only to modify Word documents the latest Word document. If for some reason you would like to use this version of the Word document as a new document for some other client, you can always just save it as a new document to some other place on your hard disk, and then use this as a new template and go on working from here, for example importing it into the case folder of another client. But let's continue with the versioning function of timeSensor. If you want to export this document and send it to one of your clients, all you have to do is to click on the actual version, on the current version, take it and drag and drop it outside on the desktop of your machine. Drop it on the desktop and timeSensor will ask you whether you wish to check out the draft of the document you are working on currently. If you say yes, timeSensor will mark the document again in red type, but with a little red arrow mark, meaning that this document currently is checked out. It will be blocked for you and it will be blocked for other users for modifications because currently this document is not in the database. From here, you've got the liberty to work with this document as you please. You just attach it to an email, send that email to your client. Your client takes a few days and replies to your mail, sending the document back to you. Please keep your desktop tidy, not to mess up with the versions. Take that file, save it to your local machine, and from here, from the local machine, you can save it back onto the server. Just take the document and drag and drop it on the document, on the checked out document. Let it drop there, and timeSensor will ask you, do you wish to check in the draft contract? Tell timeSensor yes, you want to check it in, and timeSensor will automatically increase the version number on the server. And you've got now the changes that your client made saved back onto your database, and you're free to go and work with this document again. Save the document in Word, and once you're done working on it, double click it to save it back to the server and increase the version number again. You can repeat this process as many times as you wish. Export, check out, send the document to your client. Your client writes back. You save your client's reply, and you increase the version number through the check-in. And the actual version, since the actual version is always saved on the server, you are free to delete the locally saved copies of that same document. Open the document and track the changes and do your modifications. If you don't want to save modifications that you just made, you just discard them. And if ever you want to return to an older version, if this version 1.5 is not the one you would like to work on, but if 1.4 is actually better, you hit the minus button and timeSensor will ask you which version of the file to delete. Just delete 1.5 and you're back at version 1.4 and free to work on this version. Once you're done writing your document, you printed it out and you send it, and it had left the office, it physically left the office. You hit the little wheel button and tell the timeSensor to archive the document. This will put a copy of the document into the archive, where you then can structure it into can put it into your very own archive structure. and keep it always as a reference for what documents actually left the office. If you ever have the need of reworking on that document, do not try to work on it in the archive section. If you open it in the archive section, timeSensor will tell you that any modifications to this document will not be saved. Go to the draft section and activate the little finalize button to the left-hand side of the case folder. This will reveal old documents that are marked as finalized, well, as archived in that sense. From here, you can restart working on this document, and if you've got too many documents in your draft section, just try to work with the filters on the left-hand side to find the right document.